What's up, guys, and welcome to my spoiler review for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. In this spoiler review, as you can tell, I'm being joined by the same person who joined me for the non-spoiler review. We got my buddy Chance here. How you doing? And then we have also returning to the channel. He is also a film critic. He has his own Facebook review page. I'll put the link in the description if you want to read some of his reviews. We got good old buddy Ryan Abbott here. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Nice to be back.
Good. It's nice that we got this whole thing going on here. When we saw Batman v Superman, I think that we saw it together, and then you didn't see it with us. You saw it by yourself. Mm-hmm. So then we were supposed to put this up on Saturday, but I said, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to see it again. I saw it with different people, and I'm going to,
get a refresher.
Get a refreshed opinion on it, and since the whole film is digested, I want to see it again and have a clear, opinion on the spoilers that we're going to be talking about here. So, kicking it off, who wants to start up? If there's any major plot points, spoiler plot points that we want to talk about first. Who wants to go first?
Well, I think first we should say ask if everyone had a good Easter.
Yeah, guys, if you had a good Easter, hopefully you did. It was Easter yesterday, so happy late Easter. Hope you guys had a great holiday. If you watched Daredevil on Netflix, or if you watched Batman v Superman in the theater, hopefully you had a good holiday overall. But for spoilers, what do we got going on? Who wants to kick it off?
Well, I think we should just start right at the beginning, because that's where I think it started to fall apart, in my opinion.
Which part are you talking about?
The levitating Bruce Wayne.
He was levitating. If you remember in the beginning of the film,
like they start doing the whole thing like they usually do with Batman. They show Bruce's parents getting murdered for no apparent reason.
But it was good. It was done in the opening credits, and I enjoyed that.
That was also good.
Yeah, they didn't spend a lot of time on the death of the parent, on his origin. They did it very much like they did in The Incredible Hulk, how they just shown it in the opening credits. I enjoyed that. Mm-hmm. But then what part got you upset about
it was during the funeral when they were taking the parents to this mausoleum in the middle of nowhere, mind you. It's not even in a graveyard. It's just out there, near the woods. And Bruce just, I don't know, couldn't, even after, I guess this is I'm guessing a couple weeks after the murder, or a couple days after the murder, he's still not accepting it, and he runs into the forest. Mm-hmm. And then he falls into a hole.
Right, like he usually does, on the Chris Nolan ones, he falls in a hole, and this is where he finds the bats.
Yeah, he finds these bats.
First. Now, instead of the bats just flying around him,
no, he starts levitating.
The bats circle around him, and he starts floating with the bats. Now,
first up, that's physically impossible.
It's physically impossible, but how does that make any sense, though?
That doesn't make any sense.
With everything that happened in the rest of the film,
and then
he doesn't fly. He doesn't levitate.
I mean, it's a minor detail, but it was just something that I think me and Ryan just didn't understand. Why was this in the movie?
How did you feel about that part?
I felt the same way, to be honest with you. It didn't make sense to me either. So.
It was strange to look at. I mean, it was visually impressive, but it didn't really make any sense.
Yeah, it's the bats just circling around. That's when it's animals circling around in a huge number, it's always a great visual effect. Mm-hmm. But it got ruined by the fact that Bruce is floating.
Yeah, he was floating. It really didn't do much for me. I mean, like I said in the non-spoiler review, Zack Snyder, he's more of a visual guy over actual kind of substance guy, you know what I mean? And in that part, you could definitely tell that. And a lot of other scenes in the film that we're going to get to, you could tell that he's more of a visual director. Mm-hmm. So, after that, we could pretty much, after seeing it again, I could totally understand why Batman wanted to fight Superman and why he had this vendetta against him.
Yeah.
But, after seeing it again, there's really no reason why Superman
Has a problem with Batman.
wants to fight Batman. Is it just because he's a vigilante? Because that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Does anybody know the reason why?
Right. It's stupid. And you know what else I noticed?
Like he starts I know he's like Clark Kent, he's complaining that Batman is a vigilante, he's branding criminals. But here's the thing:
Criminals.
he's beating up criminals.
Yeah, it's not like they're good people. He's taking the bad people in. You know what I mean? He's not fighting good guys. He's killing bad guys, and he's branding bad guys. You know what I mean? It's not like he's doing this to good people. So it makes me kind of believe that Superman wants all the attention, right? That's how it made me feel like, oh, this guy, he wants all the attention. There's this bad guy. He's taking some of his thunder. Does it kind of seem like that? Because it's like...
Also, it's in a city that he shouldn't really care about.
In Gotham.
Yeah.
Which, another point I should just say that I've actually talked to my friend Richie about, which absolutely makes no sense at all in any logical way, in comics, in the movies, anything, is that Metropolis and Gotham are literally a stone's throw away from each other. They are literally separated by a bay.
Yeah, they're close. They're pretty close to each other, yeah. They're
Why?
pretty close to each other. I don't know. I think it's just the way that they're placed. I mean, that I really didn't have a big problem with. You know what I mean?
At first, it's like, oh, okay, but when I was talking to my friend, I'm thinking, I started thinking about it, yeah, I'm a comics person, and I read some kind of Batman comics and stuff like that. There's no mention of Metropolis being right next to Gotham.
No. Maybe they just do that for the film. I'm not really too sure. I didn't really read a lot of the comics, but...
So basically, in other words, they basically made something else and basically portrayed it in a different way than the comics usually
Which
portray.
a lot of the movies do.
Yeah, they have to change some things, which that really didn't bother me. I mean, it to any kind of standards, but I mean, look, there are, in our non-spoiler review, I mentioned that there are characters that don't need to be in the movie. And after watching it again, you guys let me know what you think about this too, but Lois Lane didn't need to be in the film. I don't care that she's Lois Lane. She didn't need to be in the film for the story that they gave us.
She could have been a background character.
She didn't need to do as much as she had to. The bullet thing that she was carrying around the whole entire film?
I think we should explain that.
It was a waste of time. That was a waste of time. You didn't need to have that in the movie.
How long was that subplot going on for? Almost an hour and a half.
Right, which made not exactly an hour and a half.
Around an hour and a half.
It would cut to her, and then it'd cut back to her, and it was unnecessary because it didn't take the story anywhere. I felt it was just kind of stupid. And then at the end of the film, where there's a lot wrong with the end of this movie.
Oh my god! First, let's talk about that fight.
The fight.
It was 5 minutes.
The fight was 5 minutes. When the movie's called Batman v Superman, the fight was 5 minutes. Even though it was very entertaining and fun to watch, it was not as the payoff.
It wasn't as epic as I thought it would be. It literally thought that it looked like Superman and Batman were literally one-upping each other.
Right. That's kind of how it felt. But the way they got to the fight, I want you guys to think about this. The way they got to the fight, Lex Luthor is planning this whole thing with I keep wanting to call him Abomination because he looks almost exactly the same. What's his name? Doomsday. So Lex Luthor is creating Doomsday in the ship, in the alien ship, the crashed spacecraft, which he just walks in and it starts talking to him. He just walks in and the thing's like,
oh, hello.
Yeah, hello.
How can I help you?
Exactly. what the heck? You know what I mean? Like, that was just silly.
This is a Kryptonian ship.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I was thinking that like all the weapons inside the ship are just gonna be like laser pointed right into his face.
And anybody could just walk in. Hi, how are you? Can I help you today?
Yeah, so like a lemonade.
Oh, you want to take over? You want to take
over this ship? Go ahead. Here's the keys.
Yeah, we'll give you clearance. Here you go. That's exactly what they did. It was so stupid. It was so easy. So he starts making Doomsday
with General Zod's body from Man of Steel.
Yeah, Zod's body.
With his blood.
Yeah, they start making Doomsday, and I'm like, okay, they don't really need to do this. It doesn't need to be in the movie. Doomsday could have been cut from the film, but then at the end of the thing, when, Batman has planned he's going to take down Superman, and he plans that he's going to do it on this certain night. He puts the thing in the sky, you know what I mean? But isn't it kind of coincidental that Lex Luthor had planned to take down Superman the same exact night, and they didn't even talk to each other?
No.
Lex Luthor didn't speak to Batman at all, but they had planned this at the same exact time. You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually did just know. I just realized that as you were talking about that.
Yeah, does it make sense to you?
No, it doesn't.
No, they plan it at the same time, and they don't speak to each other.
Like,
it didn't make sense. So then, when Superman gets to Lex Luthor, he's like, "You fight the Batman, and your mother's gonna be saved." You know what I mean?
No. First, he's like, I'm going to kill the one person you love the most, and he's like, she's on the ground. He's thinking it's Lois. It's Lois. It's like, no, there's one person that every man loves the most, and that's their mother. Mm-hmm. How the hell he got his mother from Kansas, mind you, is beyond me.
But did you see? They took her in.
They took her in.
They took her and they took her hostage, and which was kind of stupid. And another character that didn't need to be in the movie, Superman's mother. But Martha Kent didn't need to be in the film. She was just adding time to the movie. Why did she need to be captured? Why? That was so sloppy. The movie's called Batman v Superman, not Superman has to fight Batman because his mother's captured.
That's another reason. Like, the fight wasn't even genuine. It was forced. Like, Superman's forced to fight Batman.
Exactly. It was a forced fight. It was a forced fight, which means there was no emotional depth behind it. It should have had some kind of emotional punch, but it didn't. It just felt like it had to happen because Lex Luthor made Superman fight Batman. And like I said, Lex Luthor didn't even know Batman was going to come. So what the hell was he going to... Well, I don't... Does that make sense to you?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Lex Luthor says to Batman, or what is,
Superman. Superman's ready to tear him apart. If you kill me, your mother dies. If you don't bring the Batman's head to me, she dies.
She dies, yeah.
An ultimatum.
And they didn't talk to each other.
And I'm pretty sure if behind his back he would have said, if you bring Batman's head to me, she dies.
But you think about it this way: since they didn't have that Batman and Lex Luthor did not have an interaction, then if that Batman didn't have his thing in the sky, would Lex Luthor just have kidnapped the mother for nothing? Because he was still going to create Doomsday.
Yeah.
So did he just capture the mother for no reason?
It seemed like this movie's all messed up
right,
in one.
Because Batman ultimately ended up going to save...
Oh, yeah, we gotta talk about that part.
The mother.
We gotta talk about the ending of the fight. Batman's getting ready to spear Superman.
To kill him with the kryptonite spear.
And then he's like, Martha.
This is ridiculous. Superman's, Martha, what did you say? Why did you say that name? What does it matter? Martha! Save Martha! And he's thinking...
Martha! Why are you saying Martha? And, I'm thinking in my head, there's gonna be, if Christopher Nolan, is, made, part of in his Dark Knight films, where is she? And that's gonna be, mixed with this part. Martha! Where is she?
Yeah, exactly. But, you think about it, that's how they stop fighting? Because their mother's names are the same?
By coincidence.
Stupid.
That literally upsets me. I don't... guys, if you think that that's okay, comment in the comment section. But for me personally, that's the stupidest thing. When the movie's called Batman v Superman, they're gonna stop fighting because their mother's names are the same? That angers me. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And then Batman's like, why did you say that name? Why did you say that name? And he's like, Martha, Martha. The thing that also astounds me, Lois Lane is running in from the outside. She would not be able to hear Superman say, Martha, from the ground. He wasn't screaming it. She was still outside when he said that. Batman at this point is screaming, why did you say that?
Well, he's also saying Martha. He's screaming Martha. Why'd you say Martha?
Did he?
Yeah, he was.
I don't know if I remember that, but she just comes in and she goes, "It's his mother's name. It's his mother's name." When I saw it the second time, it just, to me, it didn't seem like Lois Lane would be able to hear anybody say Martha. It didn't. I mean, if you saw that scene again, it just didn't seem like she was able to hear it. But it was just written so she would come in, just to say that that's his mother's name, which was stupid. It was ridiculous, and it was stupid. So then they get up. Martha won't die tonight.
I promise.
What the hell?
Who says that?
Martha won't die tonight, Super. I was just gonna try to kill you.
No one else.
I just tried to kill you with kryptonite, but Martha won't die tonight. That is the stupidest thing. One of the stupidest things I've ever... I don't care. I hated that. One of the things that made me mad about this movie. The stupid writing. It was ridiculous. It was so sloppy at the end of the film. And then if you notice the kryptonite spear, first Lois Lane throws it in the water. And then she realizes that Doomsday came, and she then, okay... But you all know what else before Doomsday was even created? How the fight ends and Batman leaves to go save Martha, and Superman just says, he looks at Lois Lane and then he flies away. Why the hell would he just leave her in an abandoned warehouse? Make sense to you? No, why didn't he take her out and bring her somewhere? Like, why you leave her in this unsafe environment?
That could collapse at any second.
Right. He just flies away. So then she throws the kryptonite spear into the water, realizes that maybe she needs it.
Up, Doomsday. I gotta go in the water.
Jumps back in.
And then realizes, oh wait, I'm human.
Jumps back in, practically drowns to death. Superman saves her. Then he jumps in to get it, practically drowns to death.
While dying from kryptonite poisoning.
She pulls him out. Oh my god. I hated that so much. Seriously, that frustrates me.
I think another thing we should talk about before we get to the ending is what you were talking about in the first one, where the Dawn of Justice part was pretty much a cop-out.
Oh yeah. The Justice League stuff.
Was there any justice in this film?
Pretty much, no. It was pretty much
justice.
It was literally mentions of Flash, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman.
It was done through an email.
That was done through an email.
The cameos from the Justice League are from an email that Batman sends Wonder Woman. An email. Because Batman broke into LexCorp, stole the kryptonite, which we did not see, which was not in the film. He stole the kryptonite, and then gets that email, sends it to Wonder Woman, and it's like, ridiculous. Because how did you guys feel about that part?
That was stupid. It was like a waste of time, and
it was through an email. You're gonna set the Justice League up through an email? Wouldn't it feel like such a cop-out of if, say, Iron Man sends Bruce Banner an email of Captain America? You play the clip, you see a little bit. You play the clip, you see a little bit of Thor. You play the clip, you see a little bit of Hawkeye. You know what I mean? It would be such a cop-out. I think... Why they need to rush it? Is there any reason why they needed to rush doing that? Why couldn't they give each of them their own standalone film? They're giving Wonder Woman her own film. Why can't you make a Cyborg movie? Why can't you make a Flash movie? And why can't you make a Aquaman?
Because everyone hates Aquaman.
But still, why can't why can't they set the characters up like they did with Marvel? And I'm not comparing. Like maybe I am comparing them, but still, I think to set up their characters and their individual rosters, Marvel's done it better. DC has done it sloppy. They have done it sloppy. And even if I'm not comparing it to Marvel, they still did a crappy job. I almost said something, which I shouldn't. I'm trying to keep this G-rated. But they did a crappy job setting up the Justice League. And killing off Superman at the end. Let's just say it. Killing off Superman at the end.
They milked it.
Look it. I don't care that they killed him off. That was fine. In my review, I was trying to get around this to say something about it. Here we go. It's fine they killed him off. Whatever.
Why they need 2 funerals, and why the coincidence
that
Superman and Clark Kent died the same day?
That's the thing. That's the thing. What the heck? Oh, I almost forgot. Sorry. No. During the fight, I wanted to bring this up. During the fight between Batman and Superman, when Superman first gets to Batman, if you notice, Superman goes, "Bruce, you gotta help me," or something.
How does he know his name?
How does he know his name? He calls him Bruce. If Superman knew it was Bruce Wayne, then why didn't he just go confront Bruce Wayne? Why didn't Clark Kent go to Bruce Wayne and have a conversation with him? Why didn't Clark Kent, as the person, say, "Look, I know who you are.
I'm Superman.
This is who I am. This is how my meanings are, and I'm not going to just," you know what I mean? But he doesn't. Bruce. What? You're calling him Bruce? How do you know his name? You know what I mean? How does he know his name?
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't. Again, horrible writing. Horrible writing.
Because, like, in Clark Kent, he's trying to figure out who Batman is.
Right. But, no. Bruce. Okay.
Was Superman like a split personality that knows everything?
No. That was stupid. It was stupid writing. So then the fight and all that happens. But back to what we're saying. The end of the movie. I don't care that they killed Superman off. That was fine. But the way they did it was so ridiculous. If they milked it in a good way, that'd be fine. But they milked it. This was rotten milk. Like, if it was good milk and I was loving drinking it, then it'd be fine. But I was not liking this. This was sour milk. Because they kill Superman. You guys want to talk a little bit? I'm getting a phone call.
So yeah, they kill him off, but near the end, they do 2 funerals,
Which I think it was ridiculous.
which was kind of honestly, that would have made sense because like one's gonna be like a private funeral for Clark Kent, the other
True.
one's gonna be more of a public one for Superman.
That's
But
true.
but the one thing that teed me off was the fact that Daily Planet, they make a newspaper on the front cover. Superman dies, and in the obituary, Clark Kent.
Clark Kent dies, yeah. In the same exact day.
And it's like almost as if everyone knew that Clark Kent was Superman.
Right. They just died on the same day. Isn't that kind of fishy? Because in the beginning of the movie, Lawrence Fishburne, Perry White, he's going, where does he go? After Clark Kent kept leaving the Daily Planet, he's going, where does he go? Where does he go? He just clicks his feet twice, 3 times, and goes back to Kansas, you know what I mean? That's what he said, which was funny. It's the only funny part of the movie.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
But I'm thinking, now that you see Superman dies and Clark dies at the same day,
you're just assuming.
he has to assume. Right? He has to assume.
That breaks all of this movie's continuity, and it breaks all of Man of Steel's continuity.
Right. Like, he has to... Well, not necessarily, because now it's moving forward. We have to see what he's thinking. You know what I mean?
If this was all, like, assumption.
Is the character stupid? Is Perry White stupid? Because it's just kind of like, oh, they both died, huh? Well, you know what I mean?
Or is he playing stupid?
I don't know. I think the writer was playing stupid. But I don't think he was playing. I think he was just really trying to just, like I said in my non-spoiler review, throw crap at the wall, which he's done. This was a gigantic disappointment. So, sure, kill him off. That was your own decision, film. Chris Terrio, the writer, Zack Snyder, the director, to kill him off in that scene. That was your own decision. But even though you couldn't stick to that, so you're gonna in the grave,
you see the dirt shake.
You're gonna see the dirt go up. But here's a question: Here's a question. Was Clark Kent buried? Because there was 2 graves. Was Clark Kent buried, or was it just a tombstone? Or was Superman buried?
Both of them had coffins.
Both.
So, was one empty? Was Clark's empty? Who? What? You know what I mean?
Nobody knows.
Clark's was, because you could see at the funeral home in Kansas, Clark's
body was in there.
the
Yeah.
casket.
So like what? I don't know.
In the mother's house, in Martha's house, there was an open casket.
We don't see in Superman's casket.
No, Clark Kent was in there, but Superman's casket, he had a casket with the S on it.
But it was never opened. It was just.
But what? That's like, that weird?
That's weird.
So they're gonna put a casket with nobody in there for Superman? They're gonna make a casket with nobody in there? Why not just make another monument? If there's not gonna be anybody in there. Which, the people are finally just like, oh, we love this guy now, we're all gonna come to his funeral. But in the beginning of the movie, nobody liked him, and there was all these like debates about him.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, it's just like, okay, it's his funeral, let's go.
Make up your gosh darn mind.
You know what I mean?
Either you love him or you hate him.
So the casket thing, I just thought of that too. Oh, hold on, the camera's shaking. Hold on, viewers. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. The camera is, I don't know, it shakes sometimes if I leave it on too long. I think that means the camera's old, I gotta get a new one. But, yeah, that casket thing, I just really realized that. Whose casket was empty? It wasn't Clark's, obviously. Why didn't they just make a new monument for Superman?
That'd probably be the proper way to do it.
Right, if the casket's empty, why just put an S on an empty box and bury it?
Like, did the public really needed something to prove that he's dead?
Now, I have to look at the film again. When she drops the dirt on the casket, which casket is it? Because if it's that casket with the S on it, there's a problem.
No, because she's in Kansas.
Is that where she was?
Yeah, she's in Kansas.
So that's the funeral she was at?
Yeah.
She was at Clark's?
She was at Clark's.
So she drops that.
Because Martha comes into the room and she gives her the ring.
Right. So she drops it on the one with the body in it, I'm guessing.
Clark's, yeah.
And the third decides to move.
Yeah.
So here's a question. If there's anybody else standing around the caskets when he just decides, oh, I'm alive now, I'm going to jump out. If there's anybody around, don't you think they're going to see this guy doesn't have his suit on? Because I'm guessing...
No, he has...
They didn't bury Clark Kent with a Superman suit on.
No, yeah.
No, they didn't. So if he comes out of the casket and he's flying...
And this is with... with his close friends and family who probably don't even know anything except for his parents.
Yeah, so if he's just flying out of the casket with normal clothes on, isn't that a little...
Holy crap!
Whoa.
What, buddy? Oh,
it's Superman!
I thought you thought something. I thought you thought of something else. I thought you thought of something else.
Abbott freaked out.
Yeah, it scared me a little bit. I thought you thought of something, like a light bulb went off, but...
No.
But before we shot, or before we started shooting, you said that there was something that you had that was, you had a problem with.
Okay, my problem is the studio who made this film. As everybody knows, probably way back, that they said, oh, we're going to lay off a little bit because we need to process different things. Honestly,
Didn't they delay the movie?
They delayed the movie. I don't know if you remember that, but they delayed the movie. And I honestly can say, by them doing that, I think that was a major problem that made this all...
Didn't matter.
It all made bonkers.
It didn't matter.
I think another thing I'd like to say is where they needed CGI and where they didn't need it. I mean, did you really need a CGI ocean with CGI fish?
In the beginning of the film?
Yeah. Did you really need that?
Honestly, I think all the product that they need for this film was already there. It's just they added more and more and more, which that became the issue. Because, was it Warner Brothers that did this? Yeah. They figured, oh, let's add some more in. Let's give more entertainment. Yeah, you didn't give good entertainment. You just threw, like Ryan said, He threw stuff up on the screen.
Yeah.
Just to make everybody say, "Oh, this is good. This is good." No, Warner Brothers, you want good. You want to give good money. No, you only gave good money because people, like fans, want to see two. Well, actually, was it 3 superheroes? Yeah, 3 superheroes in one movie. That's why you think, oh, we're going to put 3 superheroes in a film, and we're going to get a lot of people to go out in the theater.
And we're going to get cameos of 3 others.
Right.
Crappy
And
cameos.
throw it up on the screen just to get money.
Wonder Woman was good though.
Yes, I have to agree.
I
She
liked
was
her.
good.
She was cool.
Like, keep in mind,
We had
guys,
to wait.
we're just talking about the
And-
problems. If you haven't realized yet, we're not. We're not. We bash.
We're spoiling the bad parts of the
Yes.
movie. That's what we're doing. We're not spoiling the good. I mean, look at the good parts of the action. What do you want?
Yeah.
That's the good parts of the fight scenes. Really, that's it.
You
That's it.
had to wait for Wonder Woman through the whole film. That's what.
If you really think about it, the best parts of the movie are the action,
Yeah.
and the rest of the film is a problem. To me, anyway.
Too much dialogue.
The-
I mean,
Scrappy
understanding.
dialogue.
I mean,
The
understanding.
script was poor.
Yeah, and like understanding the backstory of every single character.
And the scene when Batman's chasing the criminals in the car and Superman just comes and kicks Batman's car to the side and says, "The bat is dead, buried. If the next time you see her light in the sky, don't go to it." You know what I mean? Consider this mercy. I'm thinking, are you stupid? He was chasing criminals. Are you stupid? Is Superman stupid?
Those people had kryptonite, you dumbass.
He was chasing the criminals. Even though Batman was going to get the kryptonite, Superman didn't know that. Superman probably would have just said, "Oh, okay, he's chasing criminals, good." But no, he just stops them. Right? Isn't that stupid? Like it was bad. Batman's end, fine. Batman was the best part of the movie.
If I'm gonna say this, if this was just some generic movie,
Which it was.
I mean that no one, like, honestly, no one cared about. No one was like really waiting for this movie. I wouldn't have had a problem with it. Really, it would have been like, oh, it's just average.
If it was just a regular film,
But no, they had to put the names Batman and Superman in
If
it.
you have a film-
Polish a turd, it's still a turd.
If you have a film, Batman v Superman, that should be great. There's no reason it should be bad. The storytelling was poor. The second trailer for this film gave everything away.
That's the movie.
Fight, Doomsday, everything. Everything was given away in the second trailer.
And basically, everybody knew what was going to happen.
Except the death.
Except that.
But
That's one thing they kept
Technically, he didn't even die, so it doesn't even matter, which was a cop-out and stupid. And the Justice League thing, too, I thought was a cop-out, too. And you notice when she opened the email, they each had their own logo. Like, the people at LexCorp took the time to create professional logos for each Justice League member. Like, is he actually named Cyborg with the C? You know what I mean? Is that what they just called him? Because apparently they know the A for Aquaman, the Flash's symbol. They just decided, okay, let's just make logos for these guys. You know what I mean? It wasn't that like kind of garbage. The camera.
Yeah.
Sure. The Flash one, fine. The Aquaman one, fine. He just kind of comes out of the water like he's never seen a human, and he's just kind of mystically kind of floating, you know what I mean? And then he just zooms away. But the
So he
Cyborg,
zaps the camera.
he zaps the camera and he goes away. The Cyborg one was garbage, though. It looked like something from the CW. The
I
effects.
actually thought it was Green Lantern.
Yeah, he thought it was Green Lantern. It was the Cyborg one was garbage. That cameo was trash.
Because I'm thinking, wait, Cyborg? No, Green Lantern's one of the original Justice League members.
Right. Yeah, so that was it was done poorly. Even with the logos, it was garbage. Is there any other things that we have, any other major points that we're maybe forgetting about? Because I don't think I have anything else to talk about.
How did you like the costume, like, for Batman? Like, how his eyes glue up?
That was an armored suit.
The armored suit, right? The suit where he was fighting Superman, and that was cool. I like that was his like Superman fighting suit. He like made that specially.
It's pretty much DC's version of the Hulkbuster.
Yeah, technically, yeah, but it was like the suit that Bruce Wayne made specifically to fight you know,
Batman.
Batman.
no,
Oh, no,
to fight Superman.
Batman fights Batman.
Yeah.
That would be better than this.
So you know, that's pretty much
Now,
cool.
guys, do you think there's going to be a sequel for this?
There is a sequel. It's called Justice League Part 1.
How is this one going to turn out?
I have no
God
idea.
only knows.
It's directed
I
by
think-
Zack Snyder. It might.
I think it's already been ruined.
It might even be directed by the same or written by the same writer. I have no idea. I didn't look into that.
It's probably. I honestly think that it's already been ruined.
Well, we just have to
Just
see
have to wait and see.
when that one comes along. But, guys, this video has been pretty long. Thank you very much for tuning in, or watching, I should say, our spoiler review for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. It feels good to get all this stuff off our, off our minds. You know what I mean? We could talk fully about the movie with you guys. Comment your thoughts in the comment section. Do you plan on seeing it? Did you see it already? What did you think about it? Spoilers, galore down in the comment section. Talk away about it. Also, you could subscribe to this channel for upcoming reviews in the future. We're going to try to get these guys back. Maybe not together, but we're going to try to get them back. And a couple more videos. I think Chance said he wanted to do the Jungle Book review with me. Maybe we could
I'm gonna be here for Jungle Book. I'm gonna be here for Civil War.
Civil War
I'm gonna be here
collaboration.
for Suicide Squad.
We'll try to get, maybe he could join for a Civil War spoiler review or something, so that could be something to look forward down the line. Guys, where could the people find you? Chance, do you have any social media platform?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, when he does make one, we will let you guys know. We could find you at, where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Ryan Abbott's Movie Reviews.
Okay, well, I'll put the link in the description of the video, so if you guys are interested, you can check out his stuff. It's all typed. He does a lot of typed reviews. And guys, you can follow me on Facebook and on Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video, and you can also follow me on Snapchat at RyanKing72 and on Instagram at KingRises131. Guys, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching our spoiler review for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Over and out.